Time's now 2 o'clock. I'd like to call the Monday, June 10th, Bossier City-Parish MPC meeting to order. Invocation will be done by Donnie McDaniel and the pledge by Colonel Dave Haddon.
Rise, please. Bow your heads. Heavenly Father, we just thank you for this day and the privilege you have given us to come here in a free country, and we hope that you would help us make the best decisions for our community and represent you in all ways. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
Please join me in the pledge. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Phyllis, can we have the roll call, please?
Yes, sir. Mr. Fine? Absent. Mr. Haddon?
Here, ma'am.
Mr. McDaniel?
Here.
Mr. Beatty?
Here.
Mr. Schultz?
Here.
Mr. Thigpen? Absent. Mr. Wallace? Miss Wallace, sorry.
Here.
And can I have a motion to approve today's agenda as written?
I so move.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
And today we have a couple of visitors. And our first one will be Mr. Kent Rogers, Executive Director of the Northwest Louisiana Council of Government.
Good afternoon. How y'all doing today?
Very good, sir.
I guess I do the standard. Kent Rogers, Executive Director, Northwest Louisiana Council of Governments, 625 Texas Street, Suite 200, Shreveport, 71101.
Good to see you again.
Good to see y'all. How y'all doing this afternoon? I brought a couple of things to give you an update on a few projects that we're working on. The first one that y'all have is a map on one side. It's got a little spreadsheet chart on the back side. This identifies all the mega projects in Northwest Louisiana, Caddo, Bossier, Webster, and DeSoto. The mega projects are those, for lack of a better term, the bigger, broader projects that you can't fund under the normal circumstances. I-49, I-69, Interloop extension, those types of things. The little chart on the back will give you an update of where each of those projects are. Just a quick rundown with the gate access road from what we call the public sector side. That better? Okay. The I-69 project from what we call the public sector side, that's the extension off of 220 into Barksdale. We've completed that project. That included not only the new roadway in and the overpass, but also some work to some of the existing interchange in there, some maintenance work along with that. On the base side of that, they've started clearing and grubbing and some of the dirt work for their project. For many years, we were asked, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. And so we hurried up, and well, now it's hurry up, hurry up, hurry up from our side to them. But as I understand it, because of several of the other construction projects and things that are going on the base, they actually didn't want to complete that road and have a lot of the construction stuff coming in and tearing up their new road and whatnot, so they're kind of staging it a little differently. From I-69 standpoint, the region as the group as a whole, Caddo, Bossier, Webster, DeSoto, the port, us, and the two cities contributed to trying to get some mega project funding, some earmark funding from Congress to complete the mainline portion. The most important part of that project, the service road project, that's the connector from the port over to I-49. Caddo, DeSoto, the MPO and the port have put up some local money for that. And then we're using some of the older earmark monies that were identified for the mainline area as the state's money towards that project. We're a little bit short, most of that from COVID increases in terms of construction costs, but we're moving forward as fast as we can with that. I-20 rehab, well, y'all know where that's at, and y'all get to experience it every day. Same with Jimmy Davis. It's finally under construction. They've been doing some of the clearing and grubbing and staging work out there. I know they've started some work on, more so on Bossier side than the Caddo side, but they're moving on with that project too, which will be good for the whole area. And I'll just leave the rest of that for y'all to look over. Couple of other projects, planning-oriented projects that we're working on currently. The first one is an active transportation plan. You'll have a little slide on it. Active transportation is what we traditionally used to call bike ped planning. It's, again, for the full 4-parish area, but there will be more details. We anticipate more details and more work that will be identified primarily in Caddo and Bossier, and then City of Shreveport, Bossier City area. One of the areas that we're paying very close attention to is connection from East Bank area over into the boardwalk area, over to the parkways, and to the carriageway, and the bike path that'll be along with that. And also up in northern Bossier Parish, looking at connecting the parks and the work that Bossier Parish has done up there. The idea is to connect all these pieces and parts that have been out there, you know, over the whole region, but how do we connect them together so they can work better? On the back side of that is a somewhat related program that we just awarded a contract for this past Friday. That's Safe Streets and Roads for All. A lot of that is looking at intersection improvements and other safety improvements to the roadway network. Not only safer for vehicles, but also safer for pedestrians, bike users and whatnot in the area. So these two will work very closely together, and there's likely to be a few projects that overlap from the two different plans, but that only helps us in going after funding to get them implemented. Is, you know, the more it's identified in more plans and more places it's identified, the more likely it is we'll get some funding for it. Carlotta asked me to let you know that at our next meeting on June, get the right date, June 28th, Secretary Donahue, who's the new secretary for DOTD, will be here at our next meeting. We will likely be holding that meeting at the port because we know we get bigger audiences when he attends. The primary focus of that meeting is going to be a overall update on the I-49 intercity project. I know it's not in y'all's jurisdiction, but it's going to play a big factor for the region as a whole in terms of how traffic, and especially commercial traffic, moves in and throughout the area. And again, that's Friday, June 28th, that he'll be here. And last but not least, one of the projects that we work on in conjunction with everybody is some aerial photography work. We roughly every 2 years, 2 to 3 years, we will fly the entire 4-parish area. The resolution of that imagery that we're receiving this time is what they call 2-inch pixel resolution. You get, when you zoom in on your ARC map and whatnot, you literally can see people reaching into the back ends of their trucks and pulling stuff out of their trucks and walking around and stuff. So it's going to be really good. One of the things that comes with that is also, they call it 360 imagery, where not only do you get the traditional look down, straight down, but you also get imagery where you can literally walk around buildings. That's been very useful for the emergency service folks. I know Caddo Sheriff, I believe Bossier Sheriff has used that in a couple of instances when they've had, you know, needing to go out for a raid or something, and they'll be able to, pre-going out, be able to zoom on each of the individual buildings surrounding wherever they're going, knowing, okay, there's an exit here, there's an exit here, they could go here, if they hop the fence here, this is likely where they're gonna go, that type of thing. So it's really good imagery and really good stuff for not only planning purposes, but a lot of other purposes out there for government agencies. So, Y'all got any questions?
Any update on the Jimmy Davis Bridge funding? I know it's in some design work right now.
The funding there was roughly $100 million that was removed, that somewhere down the line, we'll need to have that replaced. We kind of look at that in the back of our minds as that's the funding that would go towards the rehab of the existing, conversion and rehab of the existing into the bike ped facility, into the linear park facility. The funding that is there is pretty much enough to cover the new construction of the new bridge for the area. So it's kind of a,
Okay.
we'll need to keep an eye out, and we'll need to get it replaced at some point in time. If it doesn't get replaced, then it's one of those, don't know how we'll convert that or redo it. They had originally asked the two cities and the two parishes, here, y'all need this bridge, and they all said, no, we don't want that bridge, and it was, here,
Yeah.
you need this bridge. So we'll have to work towards that, replacing that additional dollars that were withheld.
Okay.
There was no real movement during this session to take money away from any projects or add money to any projects. Everything just kind of went through as is and as was. So we'll have to keep an eye out next session for that.
Good. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Rogers. Next, we have Ms. Lynn Bryan, the Executive Director of Keep Bossier Beautiful.
Good afternoon, and thank you for the opportunity to come and share a little bit with you guys this afternoon. I'm going to use this. Is it ready? Oh, yeah, okay, cool. But it's always a pleasure for me to come and talk to people who are interested in the cleanliness and the safety and the economic development of our community, because that's part of our mission as well. So I thank y'all for what you do, and thank you guys for what you do, for being here. At Keep Bossier Beautiful, we are working very closely with Keep Louisiana Beautiful to rid our communities of litter. And I never want to get in front of an audience, especially this audience, unless I tell you a little bit about the condition of our state as it is now. Last year, Keep Louisiana Beautiful did a statewide litter index survey. They walked the streets of throughout our whole state, not every street, but throughout our state. And they discovered that in our corner of the world, the 04 section, that we have more litter here than any place in our state.
Wow.
More litter in Northwest Louisiana than even in New Orleans or Baton Rouge. And we pay in Louisiana $91 million a year for remediation, education, and prevention. Those three things, $91 million a year. Out of that $91 million, 87% of that goes toward remediation, toward cleaning up our streets. So we're spending a lot of money on trash that I wish we could shift to another direction. But at Keep Bossier Beautiful, we are working to do a lot of different things to not only clean up our parish, but to enhance the beauty and enhance recycling. We started out this year with a tree cycling at Cypress Black Bayou. We quickly moved over from that to an Arbor Day event where we planted trees at Tall Timbers on a morning when it was 28 degrees. It was crazy cold. We also work with Keep Louisiana Beautiful and with Miss Chris Keenan to give away 225 trees at the Brookshire Grocery Arena to our residents. We planted trees with our South Bossier leadership on Arthur Ray Teague Parkway there near the preserve. We created a community garden in the town of Houghton. We received a grant from the Arbor Day Foundation. We were so tickled by the early little teaser we had with giving away trees. We received a grant from the Arbor Day Foundation for $10,000 with a corporate sponsor of State Farm, and we were able to give away 500 trees to residents to help rebuild our tree canopy, because the tree canopy in our corridors have been very badly damaged by drought and by storms. and for us, new construction, because new construction's taken out a lot of our old hardwoods. So we are working with our residents to help rebuild our tree canopy. Plus, we know that any place where we have trees, research shows that it gives a sense of more resiliency, more strength, and more stability. So we're very happy to be able to do tree giveaways in our community. We work with all different kinds of clubs. These are just a few highlights of our projects, but we work with the Lions Club to help them clean up their Adopt a Road on Highway 80. We have 5 enhancements that we make to our 5 gateways that we make enhancements to in our parish. Gateway is a welcome to Bossier sign, as you guys know, and we use volunteers to help us with that throughout the year to keep those looking good. We have one big cleanup every year, and it's in partnership with Bossier City leaders and the Bossier Parish Police Jury and the Sheriff's Department. It's called Operation Clean Sweep. We usually have that in conjunction with Love the Boot Week. And this year, we were able to keep 14,000 pounds of debris out of the landfill. And that also included some small household items, because we know that those lead oftentimes to illegal dumping. So we're happy to get those out of the way legally and free of charge to our residents. We also know the power of education and working with young people, and we love to work with young people to teach them about our environment, to teach them about litter education, and to also help them to know what it takes to really have a good, healthy community. And these young Marines, they helped us with some work on our trees, and they were just precious. I so enjoyed being with them. We recycle electronics, so if you guys have small businesses and electronics that you'd like to get rid of, we do that once or twice a year. We just last 2 weeks ago sent 3,700 pounds of electronics to Baton Rouge for recycling. And one of the other things that we love to do is we love to honor businesses that are doing a good job of taking care of the exterior of their buildings. So we have a beautification award where businesses can submit their own business, or you can submit somebody else's business. It's easy to do. It's on our website. You just go there and upload a picture, and we'll put you in the contest. We do this once a quarter. The Northwest Louisiana Master Gardeners are our judges, and our winners for this year so far are Halicon Veterinary Hospital, Live Oak Dental, Community Bank of Louisiana, and Cross Keys Bank. So I wanted to tell you just real quick of some things we've got coming up, a couple of cleanups. I do want to mention that our annual fundraiser is Dinner Under the Stars down on the East Bank. We'll meet at Chef's Table on September the 22nd. We welcome anybody who's interested in being a part of that and supporting this work. And I do want to close with saying that anything that anybody in this room could do to shift the 87% of that $91 million from being spent on litter abatement to education and prevention, we would love to have you with us as a volunteer, a partner, or donor. So thank you for your time, for allowing me to come today. Anybody have any questions?
I don't think so.
Very good.
No?
Thank you.
Questions?
All
Thank
right,
you, Ms.
thanks a
Bryant.
lot.
Next, we have Karen Barnes and Stacy Brown with the Bossier Convention and Tourism Bureau.
I'm not quite as tall as Kent. Well, good afternoon, and thanks for allowing us to come before you today to give you a little bit of an update. We'd like to start by showing you a video to get us all in the mood. They always work great until they don't.
It worked great.
It worked earlier.
I know. So this is a part of our destination master plan and new brand that we unveiled last year. When I show this, people are always like, I don't remember that. I don't think I've ever seen that. All of this was shot in Bossier and Caddo parishes. So that's all things we have here locally that a lot of people don't know about. They don't realize what a great community we are. So there are a lot of things that we're doing with the Destination Master Plan and brand to improve community pride, to drive new businesses to our community as well as visitors, and make this a better place for all of us to live, work, and play. So as a part of that, doing a master plan, obviously there are a lot of initiatives in there. And our board said, we don't want to do a plan just to have it sit on the shelf or just sit on the corner of everybody's desk, that you get around to it as you have time. So our board committed to actually starting a new department. And so we have with us today, Karen Barnes is our new Vice President of Destination Development. So her job is to take that plan that you all have and help pull people together. Because this is not obviously all work that the Convention and Tourist Bureau or Visit Shreveport Bossier can do. It's work that we all do together as a community and different agencies. And so there are a few things we wanted to start with. And one of those, when the consultants were coming in town, he was like, you know what? You keep talking about the litter, and we definitely have some litter problems. He said, but what's hurting you even more is your blight. He said, when I travel the country, I see a lot of litter. I don't see as much blight as I see in your community, and that is definitely hurting you and drawing new businesses to the community, and hurting your community pride as well as visitors coming to the community. So that's something that's got to be addressed. Another thing is our front door. So our front door to our community is Monkhouse Drive, coming in the airport, Interstate 20 throughout Caddo and Bossier, and making sure that we have that looking great will help us roll that over into other parts of our community. So that's one of our first priorities, is to work on that corridor. The city of Shreveport has gotten a new bond issue that will address some of the things on Monkhouse Drive. Actually, you're going to see a new street, and it's going to look a lot different. But of course, what they can address is the public part. What they can't address is the private part. So we're bringing together a lot of individuals and organizations and saying, hey, how can we help make this better, make our front entrance better? And so that's everything from not only beautifying the actual street and making it look nicer, but how do we do some facade grants? How do we encourage those business owners to improve the looks of their own properties? How do we provide better wayfinding signage so that when people come into the community, they feel welcome, and that they get out and about? If you haven't been in the airport lately, I encourage you to do that, because the airport itself has done quite a bit within their own facility to make it a much more pleasing and welcoming space for visitors and potential business owners as they come into our community. So that's one of our first ones. Another one is connectivity. And so some of that Kent addressed a minute ago, and that's connectivity, looking at how do we connect all of us, whether we're walking or biking, or what do we need to provide as an additional transportation to get people moving about the community. And so one of the things we're looking at is a way to connect downtown Shreveport and downtown Bossier, kind of that East Bank, Louisiana Boardwalk, the casinos, on over into Shreveport, something that connects both of those areas, because those are kind of peak community areas when we have people at the convention center. They want to get out and about our community. Let's make it easy. When people are out and about, let's make it easier for them to move between those different businesses and areas. So that's, again, not only, rubber tires, it's also looking at, can they find their way? You're willing to walk a little ways if you know you're going the right direction, if you know about how long it's going to take, and if you feel safe. You're walking through an area that's well lit, well marked, and maybe not all the businesses are full, but at least they look safe and like someone could occupy them. So you can get out and about more. So just wanted to come and say hi. Karen, do you have some words?
First of all, thank you so very much for the time. Carlotta, it's certainly a pleasure. She has been certainly a partner with us, and we're looking forward to working with you guys. I'm totally excited about being a part of this opportunity. It's a blessing from our Lord. So we're ready to connect and engage the Bossier and Shreveport communities together to come as one. One primary focus is to make sure, as Stacy was mentioning, the parts of connecting and engaging. That's going to be my part, to make sure that we cultivate relationships once again. We've missed it. I missed you guys. So I want to be a part of that dynamic again. So we're going to certainly invite you to a lot of the meetings. Like Stacy said, we're going to start with the blight, but we're also working with the connectivity, but we're also working with the crime. We're going to have our first meeting with our police chief, our marshals in Shreveport, but then I'm going to also make sure we work with our city of Bossier police officers as well. We met with Mayor Tommy Chandler about the importance of getting our crime reduced. And I told him, I said, I don't know much about our police chief in Bossier, but I'm going to get to know him. He said, well, I've got you, Karen. So we're going to make certain that we work very closely with you guys as our partners. That's who we are. So thank you so much for your time.
So
Thank
we
you.
appreciate what you do as well, and that's a big part of moving us forward as a community. And, you know, when visitors come to our community, they don't know if they're in Shreveport, Bossier, Caddo, Bossier parishes. They just want to have a great time. And when a new business is coming to look at Bossier, often they're going to fly into the airport. So they see that as the front door, whether or not that's in the parish that they're going to end up in. So it's really imperative that we all work together and build that synergy.
Thank y'all.
Thank you.
Pleasure to meet you.
Ms. Phillips, can you read our decorum statement, please?
Absolutely. In accordance with Louisiana open meetings laws, the Bossier City-Parish MPC asks for order and decorum at our meetings. Please silence your cell phones. For anyone who wishes to address the commission on any item on the agenda, we ask that you come forward, identify yourself for the audio record, and sign in. Speakers must address the MPC board at all times. For those that would like to make comments on an item, please limit your comments to 3 minutes on the particular item that's up for discussion. All other audience members are asked to observe the meeting quietly. If there is a need for audience members to hold a conversation or take a phone call, you are asked to please step out of the meeting.
Thank you. And can we have our first case, please?
The application of Lisa Frontara, TBA Studios, requesting a conditional use approval for an off-street parking reduction for a proposed grocery store, coffee shop, and taqueria to be located at 2315 East Texas Street, Bossier City, Louisiana.
Is the applicant here?
No, they came last month about waiver for parking lot, but they modified their site plan, so now they're in compliance
Oh,
with
okay,
the
okay.
building size
Okay.
and parking.
So do we need to do anything to remove it from the agenda?
Yes, we just need to remove it from the agenda.
Just voice vote that?
Yep.
Okay. All in favor of removing from the agenda, say aye. All right, can we have our second case, please?
Yes, sir. The application of Michael Kelch, Rayleigh and Associates for a zoning amendment to change the zoning classification of a certain tract of land being .073 acres, more or less, located at 2654 Old Minden Road from RLD, residential low density, to B1, business commercial office, Bossier City, Louisiana, for a proposed office neighborhood business.
Good afternoon, Jeff Rayleigh, Rayleigh and Associates. Michael couldn't be here, so y'all got stuck with me. So our client has this one property on Old Minden Road, and we're just trying to, it's a rental property of his, and he wants to just upgrade it to B1 for possible marketing for commercial sales.
Jeff, there's two separate lots, and so it'll be replatted as a single lot, or what would the plan?
I think it is two separate lots, isn't it?
It is, yes, sir.
Yeah, we'll have to replat it if we do anything with,
Is the
go
plan
forward.
to use the existing buildings as the office space, or
Yes.
to take those down?
I think, right now, he's planning on keeping the building, just remodeling the building itself. That's my understanding. And I'll be glad to answer any other questions you might have.
I think this is
Any more
just a
questions from the
zoning, so
board?
no questions.
Okay. Do we have any questions from the audience? Hearing none, I have a motion, please.
I'll make a motion, we approve C Zone 41-2024.
I'll second.
Jeff, you need to come more often.
I need to, don't I? That was easy. Thank you.
Got everybody?
Motion carries.
Yep.
The motion carries. Thank you. Phyllis, can we have case number 3, please?
Yes, sir. P-0ZON-000050-2024, the application of Dan Graff, Cawthorn Graff Smoke Engineering, Inc. for a zoning amendment to change the zoning classification of a certain tract of land being 3.56 acres, more or less, located at 4654 Highway 80 from RA Residential Agriculture to B1 Business Commercial Office, Bossier Parish, Louisiana, for proposed office park.
Hey, can you state your name and address and tell us a little bit about
Good
your case?
afternoon. I'm Brad Graff with Cawthorn Graff Smoke Engineering. I'm here today representing E&L Development. Also here's Ken Lawler and his sons, Jake and Joy. What we're requesting is zoning change from RA to B1 for a basically a 3.5 acre tract. It'll be an office park. There's 5 buildings proposed that would house 26 lease units. And it's gonna be intended for 8 to 5 for hours of operation. We've been in contact with DOTD concerning the requirements for a traffic impact study. We're in full agreement to have the study conducted and abide by the recommendations set forth and such. We've also been in contact with the parish engineer's office. We're very much aware of this being in the Fifi Bayou Basin and being subject to zero increase in flood levels. And we're in agreement to put in whatever flood improvement that are necessary to make that happen. That's pretty much summary of the project.
I'm gonna ask, Ms. Phyllis, is there any way you can go to page 10 of this? And maybe Mr.
That may be the next one, I think.
Is it
I think
this
it's the
one?
next one. It's not on this one.
It's not this one.
You look at the house, right?
No, it's this one.
I
It is
think
this one? Okay, I thought
Maybe
it was the other
Mr.
one.
Lawler can help.
Yeah.
There's a residence in the back area on one of these cases, apparently.
Just
must
to
be
the
this one.
west.
And either Dan or maybe Mr. Lawler can help us. There's a house next door to this property that looks like their driveway is coming onto your property. Is that?
Jake Lawler, 1008 Professional Drive, Shreveport, Louisiana.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. We do have a shared driveway. They have an easement across us that they've been using. We intend to just improve it and use kind of, it'd be in the same area.
Okay.
It would hug the used car lot side.
But they have a legal easement to
Yes,
come in.
sir.
Okay.
So
Absolutely.
they'll just essentially use your parking lot to leave their house?
Yes, sir, or driveway.
Okay.
It would be an improved situation from what they have right now.
Sure,
Yeah,
sure.
yeah. Okay,
Okay.
that's good. That's it.
Any more questions from the board?
No, I just got confused.
Do we have any questions from the audience on this case? Hearing none, can I have a motion, please?
Let's see, we're on number 3. I make a
3.
motion. Is it number 3?
Yeah, it is. You're
Yeah.
good.
P-Zone 50-2024, approved as written.
Second.
Motion carries. Thank you. Ms. Phyllis, can we have case number 4, please?
Yes, sir. P-Zone 000048-2024, the application of Dan Graff, Cawthorn Graff Smoke Engineering, Inc. for a zoning amendment to change the zoning classification of a certain tract of land being 27.53 acres, more or less, from RA Residential Agriculture to B3 General Business, located in Section 11, Township 18 North, Range 12, Bossier Parish, Louisiana, for a proposed office warehouse self-storage C-store.
Brad Graff, again, representing E&L Development. On this particular request, it's from RA to B3. The proposed development is 27.5 acres. It's going to be a multi-use development to include approximately 46,000 square feet of climate-controlled storage, 143,000 square feet of mini storage units, and 15,000 square feet of office warehouses. And then on the corner lot, it's proposed that there will be a C-store located at that location. We've been in contact with DOTD relative to the need for a traffic impact study and in full agreement. And again, we've been in contact with Parish Engineer's Office, again, for the fact that this property lies within the Fiji Bayou Basin. And we're in agreement to doing whatever drainage improvements that are necessary to provide the needed retention. And that's pretty much a summary of the project.
No questions.
No questions.
Carlotta, in the past, sometimes we want to see the drainage impact study and traffic impact study before approving zoning.
So in this case, they will have to come back before us for a plan unit development, and they can present it at that time. So they have a two-step process here. Usually, if it's just a single building, we would require it at zoning, but because they have to come back again, we would then require it at the PUD development plan.
Okay.
Okay. Any other questions from the board?
No.
Do we have any questions from the audience? Hearing none, can I have a motion, please?
Make a motion, we accept PZON 48-2024.
Second.
The motion carries. Thank y'all. Ms. Phyllis, can we have case number 5, please?
Hang on,
No, I was gonna tell them they can press on, they're ready.
Yeah.
You're good, you're good.
Parish Alcohol 47-2024, the application of Ida Rodriguez for a conditional use approval for the retail sale of high and low content alcohol for off-premise consumption at a grocery store with a deli, El Novilla Garcia, I'm sure I'm butchering that, located at 2000 Highway 80, Suites 108 through 112, Bossier Parish, Louisiana.
Hey, can you state your name and address and tell us a little bit about your case, please?
My name is Eda Rodriguez. I live at my home address.
Sure, or your business, either one.
My business is El Novillo Carniceria, and the address for that would be 2000 Highway 80. And we're opening a new grocery store, and we want to be able to sell high and low content off-premises alcohol and beer.
Okay. Any questions from the board? Do we have any questions from the audience? Hearing none, can I have a motion, please?
I'll make a motion. We approve P-ALC 47-2024.
Second.
The motion carries. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Ms. Phyllis, can we have case number 6, please?
Yes, sir. C, use 56-2024, the application of Steve Umlin, Tire Crew LLC, requesting a conditional use approval for a landscaping waiver located at 1007 Chinaberry Drive, Bossier City, Louisiana. It's the corner of Benton Road and Chinaberry Road.
Hey, can you state your name and address, tell us a
My
little about
name
your
is
project?
Steve Umley, and I own Tire Crew, which some of you may have seen on Benton Road. The address is just a little bit deceiving because it really is on Benton Road, but we go in through Chinaberry. I am asking that the landscaping that we have provided through Hoagland's, which we consider the premier landscaping authority here in Shreveport and Bossier, and to ask that we waive the requirements that have been on the UDC. And it kind of boils down to 5 trees and where we're going to plant them. We planted these trees north and south property lines. I think that all of you in your package have photos of my building and all of that sort of stuff. So it is one of a kind, and we do pride ourselves in making a fine-looking facility. As you see, we keep them clean. We try to hide everything. We're number one in the state for that, so.
So your address is actually on Chinaberry?
Right, and that's because we had to get an entrance off of Chinaberry because of the footage requirements from the Benton Road entry, yes. So,
Okay. Have any more questions from the board?
Just make a comment. I know that you might have had some dialogue back and forth with our staff, and it's really not in their jurisdiction to waive anything, so it's proper for them to come to the board, so.
And I think the issue was it was submitted with the trees in the front.
yeah.
Had it not been submitted that way originally, we may not even be here.
They were, and you know, all of that stuff on that UDC for that aspect right there, and I mean, you know, it's something that maybe needs to be looked at, but even the plant spacing requirements are not what they should be, according to a horticulturist. And, you know, people buy $1 million property for a view, for sure. And to cover that view up would be counterproductive on what you're doing. You know, we have spent $2.2 million on that facility. That's a pretty good penny for a facility like that. So we want it to look good, you know, and there's other obstacles there with the power lines and all the other stuff. So it's really just not a good idea to plant those out front to begin with, 'cause I
No, we
drive down.
understand, like I said, the issue was you submitted it originally with the trees in the front. That's what caused the issue, so.
You know, so I think we're all past all of that. I mean, it's a very good facility.
Sure.
Good looking, so, we try to help Bossier in that aspect, and I think we did a good job doing
I
that.
think it looks nice also.
I really do.
Have any more questions from the board? Any questions from the audience? Hearing none, can I have a motion, please?
Make a motion, we accept CUSC 056-2024.
I'll second.
Motion carries, thank you.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Ms. Phyllis, can we have case number 7, please?
Parish Plat 59-2024, the application of Donald Barker, Moore and Associates for a preliminary plat, Edgewater Pass Unit 2, being 12.585 acres, more or less, located in Section 22, Township 19 North, Range 13 West, Bossier Parish, Louisiana.
Donnie Barker with Moore and Associates, representing LP Development. This is the next unit we're proposing for the Legacy subdivision. It's on the east side of the development. This is the next unit in the Edgewater Pass enclave out there. So I'm here to answer any questions you may have.
Looks good to me.
Any questions?
No questions.
Any questions?
How many more units y'all have left? Do you know?
For the whole thing or
Yeah, for the whole thing, I was just
Oh,
kidding.
man.
Several, huh?
There's a lot of land.
Yeah, I'm just looking at all that land, that's why I didn't know. You don't have to tell me exactly, I just.
Yeah, there's probably 3 more units just in Edgewater
Just said
Pass.
Water Pass, yeah.
And we've got probably 4 to 5 of that same type of area left.
Right.
We haven't really even, we've got some of that master plan, but haven't really gotten into the details of a lot of that.
It looks like you're about not even 50% yet, huh?
Probably a little more than 50%.
Little more than 50, yeah.
60%, somewhere in there.
Is there like 450 homes total through there? Can you recall?
Yeah, I think it's more than that.
Don't, if you don't.
It's okay. It's a lot.
No other questions, I'm sorry.
No, no,
Good. Any
no question.
questions from the audience concerning this case? Okay.
I'll move we approve P-Plat 59-2024.
A second.
Motion carries. Thank you. Ms. Phyllis, can we have case number 8, please?
Yes, sir. P Mass 61-2024, the application of Michael Kelch, Rayleigh and Associates for an amended master plan approval for Sheen Rouge subdivision being 414.27 acres, more or less, located in sections 3 and 4, Township 18 North, Range 12 West, Bossier Parish, Louisiana.
Jeff Rayleigh again to standing in for Michael, but I think it's a master plan y'all have already seen. It's just, I guess, formal approval to have the master plan approved. So if you have any questions, I'll be glad to answer. I think Unit 1 is the Winfield Road, and the Old Bellevue Road side is going to be Unit 1, and then others would go on supposedly each year after that. We're going to put in 60 lots or so each year after that. So that's the owner's plan.
Jeff, I believe right now, the traffic impact study is okay for
Yes.
this many lots?
Yeah, there's going to be turn lanes on Bellevue Road where that entrance is right there, required right there. So that's where we're
Oh,
going
so they are gonna require some turn lanes in there,
Yes,
Jeff?
yes, at
Okay.
that end, yes.
Okay.
We didn't have that information last time, I don't think.
Yeah, that's what Michael was telling me earlier today.
Nice.
Okay. Any more questions? Do we have any questions from the audience concerning this case?
It'll be city, parish water and sewer also. I just-
Right.
Okay, okay.
Good afternoon. My name is Liddell Smith, and I thank you for the invitation to come and be with you. I would like to know, what part of Winfield Road is being amended or?
Okay, that's a good question.
No, if any,
I
Mr.
don't think
Rayleigh, can you?
anything's touched on, from our last meeting on Winfield Road.
Help
Hey,
him
Jeff,
with
you wanna address that? I don't wanna speak out of turn.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know that the improvements along Winfield Road have been formalized yet. I mean, the parish is planning some, and I think our developer's given some right-of-way along the front of those lots that front Winfield Road for the future development of Winfield Road. by the
Okay,
parish.
but you're not making any
No.
changes?
No, we're not, the developer's
So-
not, no.
Okay.
So this is an amended master plan, so his question may be, what is amended? If this is an
And is there
amended
really
master
any
plan-
amendment, well, maybe combining?
This,
Yeah,
Yeah,
it may not be.
They've
that-
added more area,
If-
more
if-
lots.
do you wanna just kinda show him what you've got there and let
This
him
is-
see what's
that's the
happening
entire-
right now?
This is the Winfield Road side right here, and there's Bellevue Road there, and then this is what future is gonna be developed over time.
So this is Winfield Road?
Yes, sir, right there.
I couldn't remember, is the gentleman off
Okay.
of Winfield? I think he lives off of Winfield.
He's on the north side.
Yeah.
About 18 or 19 lots along Winfield Road, and then one entrance right here.
And Jeff, he lives off of Winfield.
Yeah, and he was here last time, so he kinda knows what we did last
Oh,
time.
okay,
And so,
okay.
Yeah.
if you would show him, I think maybe it'd be helpful, what we're basically just adding the other lot. He's already saw what we did last time, but you may show him what we're adding, and that shows the amended plat part. You follow me?
Yes, all these other phases are being shown now,
Yeah.
in future years to come.
Okay. All right, that's what I needed.
Is that clear? Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Did that
I
help
remember
you
you
out?
from last time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm in a little bit better health this time.
I know, I noticed that. I started to say something, but I didn't wanna jump on it.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
We have any more questions from the audience? Hearing none, can I get a motion, please?
I'll make a motion, we approve PMAS 61-2024.
A second.
Motion carries. Thank you.
Thank you all.
Thank you, Jeff.
Appreciate that.
Phyllis, can we have case number 9, please?
Sir, P Plat 63-2024, the application of Andrew Craig, Moore and Associates requesting a minor plat, Willow Shoot Commercial Subdivision, Unit Number 6, being 5.028 acres, more or less, located in Section 21, Township 19 North, Range 13 West, Bossier City, Louisiana.
Donnie Barker again with Moore and Associates, just here to answer any questions you may have.
Is this the baseball project,
Back in-
training?
back-
Yes, so what is
have
the
access.
use of this particular project?
I knew y'all were gonna ask me questions. I couldn't answer. Filling in for Andy today.
Well, this is just a minor plat, so, but I was just kind of curious what they were.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I don't have any of those
Okay.
answers.
Okay. What- Does anybody else have any questions?
Thanks for your honesty, though.
Do we have any questions from the audience?
Here you go.
Come on up, please, sir.
I need somebody to answer that.
Absolutely. Hey, will you state your name and address, please?
I'm sorry, I can't write and talk at the same time.
Okay.
I'm James Souter. My address is 5064 Sweetwater Drive in Benton. I'm the owner of the land on the west side and the north side of this property. And we have a ingress egress servitude that we must share. So I'm sort of curious as to the plat. I haven't been able to access the plat online.
We're going to,
Yeah, we need to
can we
pull
go to
that
page
up.
7?
Let's see.
Yes, sir.
Page 7?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's your servitude in the gray, correct?
Yeah, there's,
correct.
Your property is where, sir?
on the north side,
The north side?
Yeah, it's to the north side of the
Yeah.
easement.
Land Point.
Oh,
Right-
okay, I
right-
got you.
Yeah, the 5486 is the property I own.
Okay.
And then also that entire strip across the north side at the top there.
Okay.
Yes, that strip there.
Okay.
And so as we share this easement, I'm sort of curious as to what's going in the proposed
I agree, that's a
back
valid
there.
question.
That would be contingent on whether I agree with
Sure.
the plat division itself, which, I'm a retired land surveyor, and so I'm open to any kind of development. That's the way we should be, and I'm easy to work with. But it's just, we have some issues that we just need to address, and I just am curious as about those type of situations before
Carlotta?
they get to the point that, you get aggravated.
Sure.
Yes,
Sure.
yes, no. No.
Carlotta, do you have any information?
Just the limited on the letter of intent that says it's for a proposed baseball training facility. But what that looks like on the ground, we don't have that information as of yet.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's take that for instance.
Okay.
They put a baseball training facility out there. I have horses on the lot.
On the north side.
On the
North
north
side, yep.
side there.
You do, I do.
That won't be conducive to a baseball training. However, if we have enough information, we can possibly make arrangements to have those horses relocated.
Well, it could be an indoor facility.
If
we
it's
don't-
an indoor- Yeah, we don't know.
We
And
don't-
if it's
I
an
agree
indoor
with you.
facility,
If it's an
that's
indoor
great, too.
facility, you're fine.
Yes, sir,
Yeah.
that's correct, yes, sir.
So Carlotta, if they are going to build some sort of training facility, do they still need to come back to us?
They will not because it's zone B3, so it would be allowed.
Well, I'm really a little bit uncomfortable approving
yeah.
anything without a little bit more than a,
Then I don't know.
That was gonna be my request of you guys. Is it possible that we could politely
Table it.
table this until
We can-
they
we can-
address
We
or
can
bring
delay
us
it with
forth
his
some
permission.
information?
Yeah, we can delay it with his permission and
I don't wanna delay construction or any kind of project because,
No, but
you know,
some
I've been there,
valid
done that.
questions,
Right,
yeah.
but
no,
just-
those are valid
yeah.
questions, and we understand. So,
Okay.
would that be okay to delay it for 30 days till we can all get a little more information?
Yeah, I mean, I think, by the 30-minute down, I'm just
Yeah.
texting my boss right
Yeah, because Donnie, the alternative is not going to be good.
Yeah, I was just texting Andy, he said, we haven't seen a site plan, so I don't have one
Right.
available today to
Well,
provide
then
to you.
we need
I
to
think at
delay
this
for
point, yeah,
everybody
we
involved.
would not be very comfortable doing anything.
So,
Yeah, I appreciate that. Yeah,
Okay.
it's, like I said,
No.
I've been doing this for over 40 years,
Totally-
retired now. I
Yeah,
just.
totally
I'm-
understand.
No, that's
Thank you
fine.
very
That's what
much.
this is for, so you can get information, and
Yes.
we don't
so
have
are
any.
you retired, but, so do you own the
I
property?
own the
next-
property.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yes,
I was just
I'm-
wondering
I'm-
if
yes,
Donnie's folks needs, if they can get in touch with you.
They know me. Yes, I'm James
Mr.
Souter.
Souter?
Souter, yes.
Yeah, so I was gonna say the plat shows the access easement with Mr. Souter's name.
Yeah.
And information in.
Yeah,
in-
okay.
in care of, Mr.
Yeah.
Souter,
So if
There's
if
been
we're okay, we'll just
contact
delay
made
this
there.
till next time. Now, he probably already knows the caveat. If y'all want to do a special call meeting and pay for that, then you can move this up. But you would still be notified about a special call meeting. We wouldn't, you'd need to be there.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Okay,
Thank y'all.
thank you. You bet.
Oh, can I get a
Yeah,
motion?
I'll make a motion that we delay P-Plat 63-2024 till the next meeting.
I'll
Second.
se-
Go ahead,
Go ahead, Donnie.
Second.
We need a voice vote or just
Can we?
No, she's.
motion to, very good.
All right, and that'll be delayed until the next meeting. Let's see, do we have any miscellaneous?
No.
No preliminary hearings this month?
No.
Can I get a motion to approve the May 13th,
Make a
2024
motion,
minutes?
we approve May 13, 2024 minutes as written.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any old or new business?
Just two items. One, last week we met with Senator Bass, and he introduced the new LDEQ secretary, Ms. Aurelia Giacometto. And so she came before us. She did a one-day visit and toured all the parishes to talk about what her plans are, helping the smaller rural areas with permitting and other issues. So I did want to let you know that we did meet with her and Senator Bass last week. And also, I just wanted to say thank you to Phyllis for coming
yes,
in and
definitely.
at the ninth hour to help us today. I appreciate you more than you know. Thank you so much.
And you did a great job.
Yeah,
Thank you.
this is her turf, so she's here. I appreciate you. Thank you.
No problem whatsoever.
That's all I have.
That's it. Anything from the board? The meeting's adjourned.
All right.